What's going on, everybody? This is Shane Thomas, ready to show you another country classic on the acoustic guitar. This time, this video, we are going to learn how to play Small Town Saturday Night by Hal Ketchum. Just shortly before I record this video, unfortunately, I got word that Hal Ketchum passed away at 67. Complications from dementia, I'm pretty sure it was, and gone too soon. But this song holds a special place in my heart, and I play it all the time, and I'm ready to show you all how to play it. Before we get going though, if you want to learn how to play a bunch of country songs and learn how to play the acoustic guitar, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you can get all the latest videos as soon as I publish them. So my first vehicle was a 1979 Chevy short bed truck that my Uncle Jerry gave to my dad, and my dad got it from my Uncle Jerry, and it wasn't running for the longest time. Matter of fact, it came out of park once upon a time and ran through a fence and went into a pond that had to get a tractor to. That was a long story. We was at the mailbox, and it slipped out of park on this hill and went rolling down the hill through a fence into a lake, and then it sat idle for a while, and then my father and I kind of redid it, so I can have my first vehicle. I put a new engine in it, and thanks to my dad for doing all that mechanic work, shade tree mechanic. But anyway, it was my first vehicle, and on the weekends, so I can get to school and stuff, but on the weekends, me and my buddies would go down to the lake, Rough River Lake, and cruise the country in the small towns around Kentucky and around Rough River Lake and Otter Creek Park and that sort of thing. And this song was playing in the background many of those hot summer nights when we were cruising down there in that old beat-up pickup truck on the radio. It was just so many good memories. The air conditioner didn't work, so the windows was always rolled down, and this song was blaring. So thank you so much, Hal Ketchum, for this wonderful song. Loved your voice. You had a very unique voice that I really enjoyed. So this song is off Hal's debut album. Came out in 1991. The Past the Point of Rescue was the debut album's name. It was written by Pat Alger and Hank Devito. Pat Alger has written many hits for many country artists, including Garth Brooks. He gets credit for Thunder Rolls, Unanswered Prayers, What She's Doing Now. Hank Devito wrote Queen of Hearts, among other songs, but Queen of Hearts for Juice Newton. And all these songs I'm going to give you tutorials on in the future, so go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have any requests, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'm going to be doing Past the Point of Rescue. That's probably my favorite Hal Ketchum song, so I'll be putting a tutorial of that out shortly as well. All right, so here we go. And again, rest in peace, Hal Ketchum. Gone too soon, and but thanks. The good thing about music, you leave that music legacy, and it can live on once the person's gone from this earth. All right, so I'm using a capo. If you want to play along with the record, use a capo. It's in the key of G sharp or A flat, however you want to look at it. But we're going to play the positions of G. So you basically got about 4 chords that I'll show you. Now the intro, you start off with the C chord. So C is, if we're using a capo, put it on the first fret from the capo, second fret actuality. Then you skip a string, then press down. So first fret, second string, skip the third string, press down with your middle finger on the 4th string, ring finger goes on the 5th string, 3rd fret if you don't use a capo, but 4th fret if you want to sound like, play along with the record. So that's a C chord. C sharp if you want to get technical and use a capo. All right, so that's our first chord. Second chord is G. G, you put your finger on the 6th string, 4th fret if you're using a capo, 3rd fret if you're not, 5th string, 2nd fret or 3rd fret if you're using a capo, then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string open, and put a finger on the, if you're using a capo, the 4th fret, if not the 3rd fret. Use the diagrams. The diagrams are going to show you if you didn't use a capo where what frets your fingers go on, but the position of the strings is all the same. So just kind of adjust if you're using a capo. All right, so far we got C, G. Now we're going to learn the D chord. D chord, if you're playing, putting it on your capo on the 1st fret, we're going to put our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, skip the 2nd string for now, press down on your 1st string, or 1st finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, and put your ring finger in between on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, or 4th fret if you're, hopefully that's not too confusing, but right there, 2nd fret from the capo, I should say, 3rd fret actuality. That's your D chord, all right? And then strum down on the 4th string. All right, so here, when you think about the strumming pattern, it varies, and here's what I mean. So far we got C, G, D. So the intro is this. This is a very famous thing. Usually people know what this song is once you start. And it's all downstrokes. 1, 2, 1, 2. So C, C, D, G, D, D, G. And you just speed it up. C, C, D, G, D, D, G. And that's your intro. Very famous. And then the lead's like that kind of thing, but we ain't gonna learn that. We're just gonna strum along. C, D, D, C, D, and that's all just downstrokes. All right. All right. So there's our intro. Now let's go to the verse. Starts right here on this G. Now strumming pattern for this. Some will do that, but I like that little pause. There's an Elvis movie on the marquee sign. All right, so that's G, D, and you gotta be quick. So here's what I mean. There's an Elvis movie on the marquee sign. G. Now C. We all sing at least 3 times. All right, see how that works? And you're just gonna kind of repeat that. So there's an Elvis movie. G to D, back to G, 2nd line, but it's different chords. We all sing, see, at least 3 times. Everybody's broke, Bobby's got a buck. See, we're repeating. Puts $1 for gas in his pickup truck. So that's the verse, or first part of the verse. All it is G, D, back to G, then the 2nd time around we G almost like, or C to G to D, just like, almost like the intro, but at a slower rate. All right, here's our next part. Going 90 miles an hour down C, down a dead end road. What's your hurry, son? Where you gonna go? All right, so here is our last chord of the song. So once we get this chord, you'll have the whole song. The E minor, very easy chord. If we're using a capo, go ahead and put it 2nd fret from the capo on the 4th and 5th string, strum all the strings. If you're not using a capo, of course, it's on your 2nd fret, but 3rd, 2nd fret, normal. But if you're using a capo, it's the 3rd fret, but 2nd fret from the strings. So here we go. Let's do the whole thing from the top. Ready? And you just take your time if you need to. Don't feel like you have to keep up at the original pace, but it's like this: C, G, D, C, G, D, D. All right, so there we go. Now we're getting ready to start the verse. There's an Elvis movie. Let me go up an octave. There's an Elvis movie on the market sign. G. We all sing at least 3 times. Everybody's broke, Bobby's got a bug. So G and D puts $1 worth of gas in his pickup truck. Alright, here we go. Going 90 miles an hour with that C. What's your hurry, son? Where you gonna go? There's that E minor. And I like to take it off. But as long as you get that E minor, where you gonna go? We're gonna C, all at the moon, G. Shoot out the lights, back to D, or G, from D. C, small town, Saturday night, it's a C, G, Saturday night. Alright, so that's Hal at the moon, shoot out the lights, it's a small town, Saturday night. C, G, D, G. Just like the intro, alright? Just do it at a small town. That's the intro. You just add words to it in the verse. Alright, so there we go. That's our first verse and chorus, if you want to call it the chorus. Now, verse 2, same thing. It's just different words. That's the Lucy's got a lipstick on a little too tight. C, G. Put me on a bread, that belongs mine. I love this part. Lucy's just a kid along for the ride. Here we go, I love this. Got a 6-pack of beer and a bottle of wine. Gotta be bad just to have a good time. Now, how many of y'all out there grew up in small towns? Ain't nothing to do. You're bored out of your mind, and you got to be bad just to have a good time. I love that line. I love that line. That's probably my favorite, or one of my favorite lines of this whole song. Got a 6-pack of beer and a bottle of wine. Got to be bad just to have a good time. Because there ain't nothing else to do in that small town on a Saturday night. All right, so there we go. So you basically, just the same chord patterns, you just add new words to it. And then they got like a little guitar solo, and then they come back. Bobby told Lucy the world ain't round. Drops off sharp at the edge of town. Lucy knows the world must be flat. They never come back. One more time. Going 90 miles an hour to the city side. Put the pedal to the metal. Run left. We're gonna howl at the moon. Shoot out the lights. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. So basically the whole song is, if you're starting from the intro, C, G, D, G. And then towards the end of those verses, you throw in an E minor there, right there. That's all you got to do. Learn that G chord, the C chord, the D chord, throw in an E minor every now and then, and you'll be able to play Small Town Saturday Night by Hal Ketchum. Just strum that thing. Strum that thing, baby. Have some fun. Use it as a release. If you ever grew up in a small town, this song's for you. Thomas. If y'all want to learn how to play a bunch of country songs, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And again, rest in peace, Hal Ketchum. Thank you so much for this wonderful song and number of other songs that you lent your voice and your talents to. And thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, keep strumming and humming, and take care.